We're continuing with our conics. We've jumped back to Chapter 2 for circles from Section 2.4. We're on Example 2 now. Write the standard form for the equation of a circle, where we have given the radius of 4 and a center of -5, 2. And we know that let's repeat what our equation looks like in general form, or the standard form for the equation of a circle, in other words. This is what we're working with. Now we know that this is h and this is k and the radius is 4. So it's x minus -5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 4 squared. So that minus and negative makes it x plus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. So there's our equation for this center as described here. So looking at this final answer, if we were given this, could we work backwards to identify the radius and the center? Well, of course. We know this is r squared, so we take the square root of 16 to get an r of 4. And we know this is x minus h, so h would have to be -5, and y minus k, and k would have to be 2 for a center of -5, 2. Okay, let's look at example 3. Example 3, we're going to do some graphing. Okay, consider the equation x plus 5 plus squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. What is the center? So remember, it's x minus h. So this is the one we just saw, right? The center is -5 and +2, and the radius is the square root of 16, or 4. So that's the equation we just saw. And now we want to graph that. So we go to the center, -5, +2. And basically, just go out from 4 units from this in all directions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 from the center. Left 1, 2, 3, 4 from the center. And up 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, graphing in MyMathLab, you grab the graphing tool and select a circle, and it graphs much nicer than I can freehand this, but let's give it a shot. So here is our sort of a circle. Okay, now let's look at the general form for the equation of a circle. We often have two forms, and in this case, our standard form shows the center and the radius. The general form for the equation of a circle looks like this: x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. And it's given by this equation when such a graph exists. Okay, so we have our same equation of the circle that we graphed, that we developed in the example 2. Now we have to write it like this in general form. How do you suppose we do that? Well, we're going to FOIL x plus 5 squared, right? Write it twice in FOIL, and then to that we will add the same. We'll have to do the same for the y's, and then we'll deal with this. Eventually the 16 will have to come over on the other side because we need 0. So let's FOIL this. X squared plus 5x and 5x is 10x. 5 times 5 is 25. Y squared, -2y plus -2y is -4y. -2 times -2 is +4. Okay, so far so good. We're supposed to start with our x squared. Next comes our y squared. Next comes our x term, there it is, plus 10x. Then our y term, minus 4y. And then we have this constant, and of course the 16. So the 25 plus 4 would be plus 29. So in our last step, we'll subtract 16 from both sides, and we will have our general form. So 29 minus 16, what do we get for that? 13. So this is the general form for the equation of this circle. And of course we can't just look at that and see the radius or the center, but sometimes we do have equations in this form for our circles.